Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am Collecting Madness. There's always madness in love, and we love collecting. Yes. Another Star Wars video, and this time we're coming at you with our favorite little astro droid, none other than R2 from Attack of the Clones. And guys, I'm so excited for this one. It's from the 20th anniversary. I'm a huge fan of the prequels, so let's dive right in. Alright guys, so here we are with R2, the front of the box. If you're new here, please hit that like button. Subscribe as always. We have a goal of 750 subscribers, and I can't thank you all enough for the support. So, like you know Hot Toys to do, it's this standard kind of shoebox style. Nothing's really changed with them over the years. You got the dark black and gray, except for this time because it is a 20th anniversary, as you can see here. Legal info on the back. But what we really want to see is if you slide this cover off, you can see R2, and you get a beautiful vintage style here with Attack of the Clones sticker for the 20th. R2, a little bit of accessory showing, and then that Attack of the Clones font there. Another picture of R2, and it's kind of got the same theme as the Clone Trooper did, where it's a yellow background for Geonosis as they were all on that battle. Another gorgeous shot of R2 here with all of his little parts and pieces and his astro, flying things or whatever, which I'm super excited for. It's one of the main reasons I was excited about this figure. And then, as always, this lifts up. It is magnetic, and you get an even bigger sneak peek of R2 himself. But enough about that. I'm going to get all the stuff out of here, see what he comes with, and then we'll take a look at R2 as always. Alright guys, so here's everything R2 comes with. He does come with quite a bit of stuff. We're going to start left to right. You can see there is C-3PO's head here, and it is beautifully detailed. It's got a little bit of a rust effect, metallic effect. It does have some decent weight. It does come apart in order for you to turn it on, and it is a bright light. It's an LED light. And then his eyes light up quite a bit, actually, more than my sideshow figure. So I'm super excited to get the full figure in person, and that will be coming to the channel as well. Now, you do get a bunch of arms. However, I'm not that familiar with all of them. So if I don't name a few, apologies in advance, but I'm going to do my best. You get his tether cable. This does feel like a bit of metal here. It is pretty sturdy, and that's for carrying C-3PO's head, which you'll see later in the video. His lifeform scanner. This is also painted in a wonderful metallic. It's got kind of a spring here. Again, these are very fragile, so I would be careful. This is his most famous tool. It is like a comlink tool that he uses to plug in and like hack a whole bunch of stuff. So this is pretty cool. It's like an interface tool. This seems to be some interface arms as well as lock picking arms. These do move. They are painted wonderfully. They do feel really fragile, very stiff to move. I would just be careful that you don't snap these, as you could do very, very easily. Here we have his repair arm. This does have a little bit of gray kind of washing and scuffing of silver metallic paint all over it, so it looks like it's all scuffed up and metallic, so that's done wonderfully as well as some bright chrome and silver finish. Very sharp on the end there, so be careful. It was covered in foam, and the other side you got this metallic painted strip here and some more weathering on the top. You have R2's taser. He gets a lot of people in trouble with this, and it's funny to watch him tase people in the movie, and I believe in the game as well. We have R2's famous buzzsaw. Now, I liked seeing this in Return of the Jedi when he cut them down. Luke was trying to have Han reach for his lightsaber, and R2 was like, nah, I got this, homies, and did it himself. It is metallic, if you can hear it, and it does spin actually quite wonderfully. Some more paint on the back, and it's very, very shiny, so this is a nice piece that it comes with as well, and it was a nice treat to see that it was die cast. Here's another utility arm that he uses for grabbing, if he's grabbing a cup or reaching for something, I'm assuming, or like if you're handing him plans to the Death Star, even though they were placed inside of him, but you never know. Use your imagination. And here's some other utility tools that he uses. I don't quite know the name of them, but they are painted wonderfully, and you can see they can use, from what it looks like, to be a multitude of things that he would need for the position, whatever he's doing. And then this thing just looks like a torch to me. If it's not, you can let me know down below, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. This feels quite metallic here on the end, and then the rest is sculpted plastic and painted very, very nicely. All of these accessories are painted very, very nicely. You then get his rocket boosters. I was super, super excited to get these. These rockets do come out here, and then you can peg them back in, and they do finish off from a nice clear light blue like a flame would to a dark, where the tip of the flame would be the hottest. And then some more of that metallic weathering there. It's also got some paint rub up here where it doesn't on here, so that I like that it's almost asymmetrical and it would be different on either side no matter what side you're looking at them on. And I'm excited to get these on him. And then of course it comes with the attachments for them, which you will see later in the video. Coming to the end here, you do get this remote that does say Star Wars. It will be displayed with R2 just because I like it, but it also forms another function, and that is to power R2 himself with lights and sounds, which will again be demonstrated later in the video. You do then get, of course, with the rocket boosters, you get his clear stand that he will be posed on. I'm not a fan of having the print down here, you know, with the stamping of Hot Toys and the licensing and whatnot for Lucasfilm. I would have much rather, I guess, seen it on R2, and who knows, when we get out here, maybe it's not on it, and maybe I don't want it on the figure, but I just don't like seeing that there, especially since this is see-through, so it's kind of a sore eye, but you know, once R2's on, maybe it won't be so bad. But I'm also excited for this because this is how I'm going to be displaying my R2. And then finally, you guys know, if you've seen my last video, you know that the Attack of the Clones and Hot Toys, they've been doing this special thing where it comes with somewhat of a movie poster. The one for the Clone Trooper was a bit different, and so far they've all been kind of different. So we'll see what comes with the other troopers and the other droids as well. And here we have the man himself, the best astro droid in the galaxy, none other than R2D2. This droid, from the Phantom Menace all the way, you know, into the sequels, has just been outstanding. He's been a loving, funny character to just watch and enjoy. Every time he comes on screen, there's never a dull moment with him. And even though he doesn't use English words, you can definitely tell the emotion that he's feeling all throughout the films, and I absolutely love it. Now, starting off with the head, this is a die-cast dome. You can see it is very metallic and very reflective, and it does have some of that rusting effect to give a more convincing metal effect, even though it is, and it's very cold to the touch. His dome does rotate all the way around, and actually his dome is the key to how you turn this figure on. He separates and then you turn it on. I already have the batteries in there, so that's not going to be a problem for me, and you guys will see that later on in the video. Coming down to his body here, you can see all the weathering, these panels open, so you can use his tools, they have magnets on the end, to open some of the compartments here, and you can expose you know, what all of the stuff on the inside looks like, which I think is fascinating. Here's where you plug him in to his little power coupler. You got some interface arms here, which do open both bottom and the top. His arms are on ratchets going all the way around. You can actually 360 them. These pieces pop out, you will see later. There's a spring down here at the bottom for his third leg that comes all the way out, and then you can pose him however you want, and it pegs right back in. There's the Hot Toy stamping, which it's on the clear stand and here, and I would have much rather seen it more towards the top of that stand, so when you have R2 on it, it is covered. But going over the back of him as well, you got another panel that opens up, and he just feels really solid in the hand. There's nothing that feels cheap about him. I have the Sideshow, and I'll be honest, I'll be the first to say, now that I've held both of them, he feels much more quality compared to the Sideshow. And then you do have an exhaust fan down here at the bottom and some cables that are movable, but they are sculpted. They're not real wires. So another quick note I want to point out about R2 is I love that he gets kind of clean, even though he's not like that clean, but he gets from a cleaner look to a more dirty, grimy, like filthy, more towards the bottom, because that's what he's constantly doing, is rolling on these feet. And he did travel all over the place of Tatooine, rolling through the sand in that movie, as well as Geonosis. Now you can see everything plugged into R2, and this is kind of crazy looking. I absolutely love the way this looks. However, probably not going to display him like this, but it is cool to kind of do and just take a look at. The other cool thing about this figure is that he does light up and make noise. You simply take your remote, point it at your figure, hitting the R sets his lights. Now this lamp here does move, so you can point it in whatever direction you kind of want it to, and then if you hit it a second time, his other lights come on, and around the back they light up and do sequential stuff as well. Now if you hit the W on this and point it at R2, he starts to make noise. And I think that one is just about everybody's favorite. The screaming, that kind of sound like he was falling over too from the film. So I really enjoy this. So to put R2 in rocket booster mode, you must remove this panel first, take one of the accessory pieces here, and it pegs in down at the bottom as so, and then you take your rocket booster, and there's two pegs for those to plug into as well, and then you just do the same for the other side. And of course, once you have R2 rocketed up, you can ratchet him back, and then he can be placed on his stand just as so, as if he was flying. Alright guys, just wrapping up on R2 here. I'm absolutely in love with this figure. He feels solid in the hand. Yes, he's not perfect, and yes, there's a few flaws. So he comes with a ton of stuff, so I love the display options that you get with him. I don't like the print on the clear acrylic stand. Also, I noticed that when you plug C-3PO's head in the back, that piece that plugs into R2 tends to fall out a bit. So either mine's just a little bit faulty and it's a bit loose in there, or I'm just not putting it in all the way. Regardless, it was kind of a pain to pose him like that, but I still love this figure and I'm glad he comes with the options. I love that C-3PO's head lights up a treat. But that'll do it for today. R2 is amazing. You guys are too. Hit that like button. Please consider subscribing and comment down below what you think of this figure. As always, take care guys, and I'll see you in the next one.